watched the first episode of the new season of Game of Thrones last night with some friends of ours. And Brand said something. Cammie, good morning. Brand said something about the Night King. He has a connection to the Night King now, and he has his mark on his arm, so the Night King's able to know where he is all the time and watch him, basically, sort of like how Harry Potter is a Horcrux without knowing it, and so Voldemort has access to him, access to his memories, access to his perception, his being, and can sort of, it's like having a tracker on you. So they're asking, how will the Night King know you're here? Because Brand explains that he's coming for me. He's not coming for you guys. He's going to take all the living and turn them into nothing. A gray puddle of human soup that no longer bears any resemblance to humanity or what humanity once was. You're now the army of the dead. You are a tool to be used for conquest, and then once that conquest is complete, what is there? What is there to do? You don't eat anything. You don't consume anything. Your carbon footprint is neutral, right? So you've been neutralized as a people. He explains that he doesn't care about you, John. He doesn't care about you, Sansa. He wants to erase memory. The Night King wants to erase history. He wants there to be nothing. Backward in time from the present moment. Does this sound familiar? There is only now. We are all one. Everything is connected. There is no gender. There is no biology. There is no race. There is no sex. There is no anything. There is only the army of the dead. You are a cog. You are a ball in one of those kinetics desktop things that you exist to perpetuate the lie. You exist to perpetuate the experience. But once we are all sharing the same experience, the same moment, who wants to live? You become dead. You are now dead. Paul, yeah, you're on here. Alex, Paul, Douglas, what's up, guys? Paul sent me a video. This guy reading, he's just doing like a news podcast, and he reads an article from the Daily Beast about the Notre Dame Cathedral. And the case being made in this Daily Beast article is that history doesn't exist. That history is just a tool for white supremacy. That history is just a tool of the patriarchy. That there was no Middle Ages. There is no Christianity. There is no West. These are all just terms used to distinguish white Christian cisgendered males from everyone else so that they can feel superior. History is a mechanism of white supremacy. This is absurd, but it's in alignment with what this Night King aims to do. Erase history. Erase any tie that you have with your ancestry. Erase any distinguishing feature from individuals. Erase anything that is not a common characteristic of all people. Erase people. They want to replace the roof of the Notre Dame Cathedral with a monument to transgenderism and gender fluidity and intersexualism and all the world's religions and all. They want to desecrate a monument to Christianity, which is what Notre Dame is. This is not... You have to accept that history doesn't exist, that Christianity doesn't exist, that white Christian people did not build this thing. Like Barack Obama saying, you own a business? You didn't build that. You have to accept that none of this stuff happened. You have to be full-on Looney Tune postmodernist to accept the basic premise here that these people never existed. This thing that was built as a monument to this other thing that never existed. Notre Dame Cathedral doesn't even exist. It's a fantasy, a fever dream of white supremacists. And so we need to erect a structure atop this monument that obliviates its meaning, that says, no, this monument to Christianity, to Logos, to European culture, actually means that we're all the same, that all religions are equally valid, that all interpretations of reality are equally valid, that 2 and 2 is 5 and 6 and 1 and 9. This Christian monument needs to be equally, what's the word? This Christian monument needs to exalt Islam in the same way that it does Christ. This monument needs to elevate the status of trans people to the men and women who built European society. Everything is equal. All are one. You are one force here for the Night King. Dissolve all differences. Dissolve history. Dissolve any semblance of humanity that you have. Any sense of self must be dissolved. Why were the Christians rejected in Rome? If I can't enslave you if you know who you are. If people realize who they are, they can't be enslaved. And what that requires is knowing what you are the result of. When you say we're all one, okay, to an extent, yes, we're all Homo sapiens. But I am my father and my grandfather and my great-grandfather and my great-great-great-grandfather and all the way back, and all of my great-and-great-and-great-and-great-and-grandmothers, because I have twice as many female relatives or ancestors as I have male ancestors. Those people, through their sacrifice and their work and the choices that they made, put me in the position that I'm in right now. In order to enslave me, you have to get me to forget all of that and say, fuck those people. They didn't give me anything. They didn't build this. I did. The fucking male guy built Apple. The guy who's sweeping the floor built Google. The barbarians built the Capitol building in the United States so that it aligns with fucking equinoxes. People who didn't know math built that cathedral. That is a perfect expression of Logos. Perfect symmetry. Asinine. This is fucking retarded. And that... It stunned me when Brandt said what the objective of the Night King was, because instantly, that's it. That's it. You want to erase history so that you can write the future. The only thing standing in the way of this are the three things I identified in that post yesterday. The Father, the Word, and the gun, or the sword, or whatever means by which you resist tyranny. The people who are standing in the way are the ones who are under attack, routinely. People who are speaking the truth, people who are Christian, and it seems that people who are white and male. Who are the bad guys in the story that the news media is telling? Who are the bad guys in the story that Netflix is telling? Who are the bad guys in the story that the New York Post and the Washington Post and the New York Times, who are the bad guys in those stories? And who are the good guys? The ones who, I have no tie to the past. I have no tie to the future. I have no investment in anything. I'm in a homosexual marriage. I have no stake in the future. I'm a 50-year-old single mother. Yeah, I'll be the president of Germany. I'll do whatever you want. I don't give a shit what happens because I have no investment in this. I have no stake in the now, in the past, in the future. I am a perfectly willing army of the dead troop.